Anyway, speaking of what's been going on the internet, woo, it's been a wild week. There's been so much people breaking up, like that. This girl broke up. What's her name? That couple, the one that do the skits. The
Kristen and Desmond.
Yeah, so they split up. And
that shocked me, I can't lie.
That was, I was quite shocked at that, I'm not gonna lie.
Because they were together since they were like 13 or some shit.
Yeah, they were together from young.
That's crazy.
And they must be like in their 30s.
Yeah. I'm sure they're like our age.
How do you even start again, man?
Oh, yeah, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just like, how do you start again? Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they've broken up. And Dami and Indiyah, our Love Island couple, so they broke up. So there was a lot of speculation that they had split up because they hadn't. The thing is, they posted together on her birthday, and they just kind of didn't post again. And then there was a lot of speculation going on, like, have they broken up? And then people said apparently they went on holiday to the Seychelles. And there was all sorts of different accounts going on online. Anyways, everyone's assumed they've broken up, blah, 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 blah. And then Dami posted an end of year dump. And Indiyah wasn't in the dump, didn't mention her. And I think he said something quite cryptic, like, oh, things coming to an end, or something along those lines, he said. So everyone was like, okay, they must have broken up because he's not, like, she's not in this dump. And then one day, everybody's just, as it is on the timeline, everything's peaceful. All of a sudden, one girl now comes and puts a video. We see a video of Indiyah literally in duck and waffle lip-sync a guy called Marlon, who I have learned is a streamer. I don't know anything. The only streamers I know is Kai Sanat and I Show Speed. That's the only streamers.
Me too, to be fair.
Anyone outside of that, I don't know.
Well, like, I know their faces, but not their names because of my little cousins and stuff.
Duke.
Oh, Duke Dennis.
He's fine as hell. He's like 30.
He's our age.
I thought he was young. I was thinking, I'm not even going to say this guy is
sexy.
And then I heard he was my age. I was like, yeah, okay, cool, he's sexy. Anyway, so yeah, that's the only literary streamers that I know. So yeah, so this video drops on the timeline. Indiyah is in duck and waffle. She's kissing this guy called Marlon. So everyone's like, oh my gosh, she cheated, blah, blah. People are going back and forth. People are like, there's been such a mixed discussion. The internet doesn't like Dami. I've never really understood. I actually really like Dami and Indiyah from the villa. I really like them. I really like Dami. The internet, he said some problematic things. Yes, we can acknowledge that. But so a lot of people are like, he must have cheated first. So this is Indiyah retaliating. All of these things basically. And then the girl that recorded them comes out, and this girl had the audacity to come on the internet, yeah? She had the audacity to come on Beyonce's internet and say, oh, it's God. God wouldn't let me sleep until I had to release this information to the world, yeah? So now people are cussing the girl as well. It's actually just a big, big mess. So yeah, so this video has dropped, and then Indiyah basically dropped a statement on her Instagram, and she was like, yep, I've seen the video, I acknowledge it was wrong, I'm not addressing it again. To be honest, I rate the way that she drops that, because it's like, yeah, cool, it's happened now, it's done, I've acknowledged it, it's obviously going on in my personal life, I don't need to address it with anyone on the internet. But there has also been a discussion of like people in public relationships, like you put your relationship out there, so why all of a sudden is it now that this is happening, don't want to talk about it, blah blah. Lots and lots of discussions, but yeah, that is the basic premise of the mess that is going on. She's gone back to work because the Love Island All Stars is on at the moment, so she's back doing the podcast. People say she's gonna lose her job. Like that, it's just been an absolute mess. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Firstly, I do want to mention that cheating is wrong, regardless of gender. Anyone who goes out to cheat on their partner is a fucked up thing to do. I can't lie. And low-key, I can't defend her, if I'm honest. However, I'm also the type of person, like, I don't care enough to continue to find out, why did this happen? And da-da-da-da. Like, yes, when I saw it, I can't lie, because my sister-in-law actually told me, because I was at hers, and she was like, because me and her, we both loved them. So when she did that, I thought someone had died. So I was like, what is it? She was like, Indiyah Dami, they're not together. And we were both like, what? But then after but that was before like it came out about Indiyah cheating.
Right.
So we were all like, oh no, like they need to find a way to get back together. Like, no, like, I can't lie, I was really upset that they had broken up.
No, honestly, I loved them together.
I really did love them together. Like, they seemed like two peas in a pod, and plus they were representing Black love so well, and to show that, like, it's not always toxic. Do you get what I mean? And then when I saw the video, to be fair, maybe it is the bias in me, but my first reaction was, for fuck's sake, Indiyah, like, you couldn't do this in the toilet or, like, in private.
I was like, duck and waffle.
Like, fam, like, you're doing this in front of everyone. Girl! At least, if you're gonna cheat, at least cheat in private, girl. But then I had to kind of check myself and realize, if this was Dami, would I be acting this way? And the answer is no. As if that was Dami, I would be like a fucking idiot.
We would
all of this and all of that.
Like him up and down.
Thank you. And I even saw a TikTok of a girl. Because at first, when it first came out, all I kept seeing was girls like, city girls are up, all of this, like, yes, Indiyah, men do this to us all the time. But at the end of the day, what if he didn't do this to her? Like, if he hasn't cheated before, if he remained faithful to her and then she did it, it's not a city girls up thing.
No, it's not.
Like, so, I don't know, I had to kind of check myself and realize, like, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be pissed for Indiyah.
Yeah.
So why am I not pissed for Dami?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And like, I went to say, someone on TikTok said that if that was Dami and he was kissing a light-skinned or white girl, the way Indiyah was kissing a light-skinned man, he would be called colorist, he'll be called racist, he'll be saying Indiyah was never his type, the one he's kissing has always been his type, all of this. And it's true. It's actually true. Like, we would be accusing him of being a colorist, but why isn't Indiyah not a colorist? What if this was India's type all along? Like, I just think you can't hold one person accountable and not the other. Do you get what I mean? So I had to kind of check myself and be like, at the end of the day, she was still wrong. And my heart breaks for her because even, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but like, after they kissed and that, like, she put her hands on her face like, oh, shit. And my heart felt for her, and I was like, fam, sometimes, like, in the heat of the moment, you may do certain things, and then you're like, fuck, what did I do? Like, you know when you can just see the regret on someone's face? Yeah. So and then I was like, okay, but I still don't hate her. And I personally don't think, like, to be fair, in general, anything that happens in your personal life shouldn't really be affecting your job.
Yeah.
Because she cheated, it doesn't mean that she should now be X'd off of being a Love Island presenter and all of that.
Maura, apparently, I think there was a time when something happened with Maura, nothing happened to her.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't that deep for her to lose
so many people have had
her career and all of that. Like, there's been bigger scandals.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean?
She's fine.
But at the same time, like you said, she's acknowledged it. She said she's taken full responsibility. We can only go off what she said.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want to talk about it anymore, she doesn't have to. Yeah. It's her personal life.
Yeah.
And in terms of the girl who released that video, number one, I don't know, I'm in two minds about her. You're chatting shit about, like, you couldn't sleep, the guilt, whatever. You did it for attention. Let's not be. You wanted to be the one who's like, I'm the one who exposed. You did it for attention. Us then?
Exactly. She could have dropped the video and never revealed herself. God said that I have to, go let me sleep.
Yeah,
until I release, and I had to speak about it and show. I had to send it to Dami.
I would respect you more if you were just like, you know what? I'm just a messy person. I saw something that was messy, so I posted it. Like, I would respect you more if you just told the truth. But you trying to make it seem like you're just a good person and you just hate to see injustice, bullshit. And we see right through your bullshit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, again, if she had recorded Dami kissing another girl, everyone would be like, that's a true girl's girl. Yes, girl. You're exposing da.
That is true.
Because it's a woman, now you're saying, oh, she's a hater, she's this. But if it was a man that she recorded cheating on his girl, you'll be praising her, saying, men love to get away with this. Thank you for being a true girl's girl, da. So, I don't know. I just feel like in this situation, although I personally don't think it's that deep, but there was a huge double standard when it came to everything. But, like, what do you think?
No, I do agree, but I was one of those people, when I first saw the video, I was like, maybe they must have broken up by then. I was like, no, they weren't together, man, because you know what, like, she wouldn't. I was like, no, she must have did it. And some of the jokes have been funny. And someone was like, oh, somebody's finally giving it to a Yoruba man. Like, all the jokes.
That one. We can't lie.
Yeah, to be honest, it's wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's wrong to cheat.
Mm.
But at the same time, like, they've sorted it. Well, not sorted it, but like she said, like, I've acknowledged it. It is what it is. It's done now. I've moved on. You know, they're not together clearly. But I just think, for me, I think the wildest thing in all of this is the internet discussion.
Yeah.
I just find it mad that someone literally saw that and literally exposed it. I just think we are living in such a wild time.
We are. And that's
Such a wild
like,
time.
we're living in a wild time because now everyone records everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, when we were younger, shit like this only happened to celebrities via paparazzi.
And we would never know sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. So it's like, but now, in a way, it's like everyone is a celebrity. You could easily be recorded for doing
literally
anything at this moment. Sometimes you won't even know yourself until you see it on the internet.
Honestly.
Things like that. Like, sorry to go off topic here. In terms of things that, like, you won't know until the internet tells you. Did you see the woman on TikTok? And she was like, she went to the petrol station and like a couple of weeks later she was watching Tubi and she saw herself in the she saw herself in a Tubi movie in the petrol station going back to her car. And like she was like, I never even saw a camera crew. I never saw none of that. Like, who was recording?
So ridiculous.
And I swear to you, I died of laughter. But again, I bring it back to your point of like, you can literally be going about your business. You don't know who's recording you.
No, you don't know.
You really don't, like...
You don't, like... And another thing as well that I took from this situation is, right, everything is so public. People have been talking about this for days, right? People were literally going back and forth all day, talking about Indiyah, talking about Dami, blah, 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 blah. That makes it harder, because I was saying to someone that they could have even potentially worked it out.
And that's the thing.
And then this is now another element of almost shame in terms that, like,
it's like, now I definitely we can't get back together now.
Get back together because the whole internet is going to talk about me if I take you back. Like, it's actually wild.
But that's why as well, like, we as people, we need to have an element of you don't care. Like, if you want to get back with someone, yes, I understand, like, it must be crazy on a social media level. But at the same time, like, we can't allow the internet to rule our lives.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, if that's your girl, like,
if that's your girl and you want to get back with her.
3 years. We weren't in your house with you when you were having your beautiful intimate moments and talking about your future plan. We weren't there.
Exactly. And also, I'm saying, like, yes, Indiyah was wrong. But as Rashida said, we don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. We don't know how they got to this place to begin with. All we're seeing is just she was out at Ducklebuffle and this is what's happened. Do you get what I mean? So I think people need to remember that, like, just because you see a relationship on the internet, it doesn't mean you should involve yourself.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? A relationship is between two people. A marriage is between two people. Only those two people should know the ins and out of that relationship. Just because you see people together having a good time, it doesn't give you the right to kind of know the ins and outs either. Do you get what I mean? So whether they break up, whether they make up, yes, people have their opinions, but it should stop there. Because at the end of the day, it's not our life choice to make. It's Dami and Indiyah's life choice to make. If they've decided we no longer want to be together, that's what they've decided. We have to accept it. If they do want to be together, we have to accept it. Like, I think the internet now, we feel too entitled into having a say in people's lives.
Yeah, it's just giving
when
people
really,
too
like,
much of a say.
You should people should kind of look at social media the way we look at, like, movies and TV shows. Like, yes, we're entertained for a moment in time, but once it finishes, we move on with our lives.
It's done.
But, like, there's so many people, like you said, even now, are still talking about it. Fam! Let these people heal and move on.
Honestly,
like,
and people want... That's why I really liked Indiyah's statement. Because she was like, I've seen the video, I've acknowledged it, what's gone on has gone on. I'm not speaking about it further. Leave me alone. And then people are saying, oh, you lot were the ones that went and put your relationship, blah, blah.
But you didn't put everything out there.
Exactly. Yes, they met on a reality TV show, which we all watched, we enjoyed. We all felt like we were witnessing the beginning of, do you know what I mean? They were together, they would make videos together, they would post each other, blah, 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 blah. But that still doesn't mean... But I'm saying this as someone that's quite a nosy boots myself.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when some YouTube couples split, I'm just like, I need to know what happened.
Of course,
Please,
and you'll try and search.
And I will search if they put out a video to say, this is what happened.
I'm watching it.
And I'm going to watch it, innit?
But at the same time, you're not going to be in their comments saying, you need to put out a video.
Yeah, I'm not
How did it happen? Tell us whether that.
If they don't put out a video, obviously it's just like, oh, damn, I wonder what happened. But it's like, they didn't want to tell me.
But you let it go.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
They don't want to tell us. I just think people feel like they have too much access to people, and people have really weird parasocial relationships with celebrities and influencers and people, and I find it a lot, especially with Love Island people. I saw a tweet actually, the update was really funny. Some guy did this thing, he was like, things that have like ruined the black community, and he was like, Love Island.
Yes.
Do you know what? I actually think Love Island has done a number on the black community. Like,
I've been saying it for years. Black people need to stop going on Love, especially UK Love Island. We need to stop. If you want to go on Love Island, go to the USA, because all of this stuff in the UK, like, because at the end of the day, yeah, we keep complaining every year, but then there's still black people who go on every year. Like, when is it going to get to a point where it's like, okay, now, if you're joining now, you already know that you're going to face some type of injustice. So then you coming out to then be like, I face injustice. We know. So it's just like, I low-key wish that we could kind of do our own Love Island. Not even just for black people, but like people of color. Because even whether you're Asian, whether you're South American and stuff, well, South American, they kind of get love on Love Island, but
yeah, they do.
Usually Asians as well. No one actually talks about this. Especially Asian women.
Yeah,
they're usually like the first to go.
Yeah,
like as black people, yes, we're not where we want to be, but we've come a bit of a long way from how we were. Like the first day we will be gone, but now like we may be there even until the end. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I've clocked that with Asian women, a lot of them leave like the first or second week because no one wants them. So I really wish that we can kind of create our own Love Island. But again, even if we do that, everyone will try and find a way to get into that one as well. So I don't even know at this point.
I just think, I don't know what it is with Love Island and what it does. I just think people just get too obsessed with it. Yeah. Like when I was watching Love Island, we both watched Love Island USA. What am I talking about? People got so obsessed with it. Did you see actually, by the way, that Ace did that video to be talking about? I was like, I didn't watch it. I'm actually not giving this my time. The show is done. Literally. Guys. It finished in when? Summertime. It's done. People are still talking about. People are obsessed with Love Island. It's really weird. They feel like they know them personally. They feel like it's actually obsessive. I actually get quite worried for people that go on the show because I'm just like, how do you just?
This is how stalkers come about, you know.
You're living a normal life, and then all of a sudden people are in your business all the time. They're obsessive. People will argue. I have seen people on Twitter have full-blown arguments with other people regarding their Love Island faves. Yeah. Someone today, just as I was on the way here, on Twitter was arguing about Huda putting something about she wants to go to Grammys, and then someone else came back and was like, oh, well, your fave, Alejandro. It's just like, guys, they don't know. They don't fucking know you guys. They don't know you from Adam.
They really don't. And that's the thing, like, to me, I would actually go as far as to say that it's a level of stalking.
It is. It's
just
weird.
Because you're not going out to see them in real life, but you constantly searching things on the internet about this specific person who you don't know personally. Even if you do, it's stalking. It's like you're literally stalking these Love Islanders. Like
people are too
and they don't see how psychotic they look.
No, honestly, they don't.
I
don't think they realize.
Or when you see people on TikTok and they have like these whole think pieces on an individual, and they've only known 2 sentences about them. Or it'll be like, oh, Indiyah cheated. I feel like Dami did this at the beginning and this is why she went to... You don't know.
You don't know that.
What if she just woke up one day and was like, I just want to kiss another nigga? Sometimes it's not always deep, you know? Like, sometimes it could just be like, I'm having fun with this guy. You kiss him and you're like, fuck. That went too far. So, not everything has to be like, there has to be a deep reason behind it. Some people just do things because they get lost in the moment or just because they just want to. But like people making think pieces with minute information, I would consider that as a mental health issue.
No, honestly, I think a lot of these kind of obsessions are. And the thing is, everyone talks about everything. Yes, it's how it goes. We're sitting here talking about them right now, but I just think there's just a level that people take it to that is scary.
Yeah.
Literally full-blown arguments, Deontay, about Love Island people. Full-blown arguments. People talking about Nick, saying this, blah, blah, blah. Him and Alandra, you can tell that this, da-da-da.
Who
People get
cares?
weirdly obsessed with things. You can just tell that he
doesn't like her like that.
Yeah. Or
did you see the way he looked at her at the Grammys?
Yeah.
He looked at her for 2 seconds, and before he looked at her for 5.
So obsessed with, they had these really weird parasocial relationships with these people. It's so strange. And the thing is, it's just Love Island. Yes, Love Island is a big show that we all watch and enjoy, yeah? But when it's like, fair enough if you're saying this about like, it's not even fair enough, but if it's like Rihanna, it's like Rihanna is Rihanna, you know? She's been in the game for a long time. This is someone that has just come on a reality television show.
But then I would argue the opposite, because at least with Love Island, because you're kind of seeing what they're getting up to in that house every day.
Maybe actually.
You have more of an attachment rather
yeah.
When it's Rihanna, she kind of pops out when she needs to work. Yeah, but like you don't see her day to day what she's doing all the time.
We do see.
So I get why people would build that parasocial relationship with Love Islanders. But at the same time, once the show is finished, that's where you should finish. Like, you're not going to have the same level of access to them as you did on the show. Yeah. So why are you still demanding it? Yeah. That's just not how life works.
They're not on the show anymore.
The same way as like being on Big Brother, you'll watch every day seeing what they get up to every day. But when they go back home, you don't get the opportunity anymore. The show is done. They've done. So like, yes, keep up with them on socials and whatever they want to show you, go off of that. But like the people who still kind of seek the same level of exposure as they did on the show, I just think it's so unreasonable. Yeah. So unreasonable. Like, let these people live. And on top of that, remember, a lot of these islanders started off as normal people with, yes, half of them have a following and all of that, influencers, but some of them aren't. Some of them started off as regular people and they've come out to all of these followers, all of this. Like, give them time to grasp of how their life has changed. Do you get what I mean? But I don't know. I just feel like people invest too much time in other people.
Yeah. That's literally
and it's just
too much time.
When you could really put that time into yourself. Yeah. And this is what bugs me the most.
No, honestly.
But yeah, I just think the double standards in relationships in dating when it comes to social media are very evident, and the Indiyah Dami situation showed that to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because again, if it was the other way around, Dami would have definitely lost sponsorships.
Yeah,
and all of that. Like,
probably, yeah.
All because people would assume that the lighter skinned woman who he's kissing is actually his type. Yeah. But why are we not saying that about Indiyah? Do you get what I mean? Like, why are we not saying, well, she kissed a light skinned man, so that must be her type, not Dami?
That is true, yeah.
But really, like, in the reality of, she could find both of them attractive.
Yeah, I mean,
do you get what I mean? Like, why does it have to be just one colour? Yeah. Like, maybe your type is dark-skinned men, for example, but there's always an exception. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Like, so you could meet a mixed-race guy, for example, he treats you well, does all of this, are you now just going to be like, I don't want it because I'm used to dark-skinned men? Yeah. No, you're not. I'm not saying this was India's thing, but I'm just saying that, like, people shouldn't just put one type on one person. Like, there's so many exceptions to people's types. Do you get what I mean? Or you could start off with one type and then you meet someone who's not your type and you're like, actually, this is more my type. Yeah. So I just think allow people grace. Yeah. Even when they go through their breakups. Like, even Desmond and Kristen or
Kristy, I think it
is. Kristy? Okay, yeah. Kristy. Yeah, like, even with them, and then he was pictured kissing another girl. But they had announced that they're getting a divorce.
Really lips in, boy.
But like, why do you care after that? Yeah, they've already announced that they look together, so he's not cheating. So why are you now recording him kissing another woman?
People, it's just
parasocial
relationship. It's so weird.
Like, and again, it shows you with these two relationships breaking up, stop idolizing relationships. Yeah, don't. And I have to even take it because I don't usually. But like, I always have a relationship that I cheer for.
Yeah, I was rooting for them.
And I was rooting for them, like,
from
really rooting for them.
I was rooting.
Literally. Okay, guys, so it is now time for group chat confession. Okay, so I've got the group chat confession for this episode, and it says, I have a friend who recently got married. I went over to her house the other day and the vibe was completely off. Her husband answered the door, gave me a brief smile and went straight upstairs and didn't come back down. My friend was also acting weird. She was speaking to me and she was giving me one word answers and only speaking when spoken to. After about an hour, I asked her why she was behaving this way. She told me her husband doesn't think that she should be friends with me because I'm single.
Knew it.
She said that he thinks that I'll persuade her to do, quote unquote, single activities. And what makes this all hurt for me is she said she understood where he's coming from. I didn't do anything at that time. I just said, okay, and walked out of her house. She's been trying to message me, but I've been ignoring her. I was so offended by my friend because we've known each other since we were 8 years old and we're 34 now. Why didn't she stand up for me to her husband? She knows that I would never encourage her to do things that her husband would disapprove of. Am I overreacting or do you think they have a point?
This is something that really fucking pisses me off.
Me
that
too.
Some people do when they get married.
Me too.
And I think because I am now living as a single woman in my 30s, my eyes are opening up to certain things a lot more. Mm-hmm. Not to say that I've been in a situation like that, thank God, but I've spoken to women that have literally been, like I've spoken to girls my age that have literally been through things like this. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is about people getting married that they think that they can act brand new.
Exactly.
I think it's just the element of being chosen, and it's the element of like, I've achieved this thing. And I don't even look at marriage as this sort of like achievement. To me, it's a blessing. It's like, wow, like I've found the person that I love, we're married, we're living in this matrimony, you know, it's amazing, it's incredible. I don't even necessarily see it as like an achievement, but a lot of people see it as, oh well, I've done it, I've ticked it, I've done it, I've been chosen. You haven't been chosen, so you can, you know, we're not in the same caliber anymore because I've got it and you don't. It's pathetic.
It is pathetic. And I think as well, when you have a long-term friendship like this one, where you've known each other since you were 8, you're both 34 now, like, why don't you just see it as you're both in different stages of life? Like, your friendship is already in the concrete. So why is it now that a man who's come along to then tell you, I don't want you to hang out with single people, and then you're saying he has a point when you know your friend personally? Don't get me wrong, like, the husband is very insecure. Because I'm assuming that before you got married, you knew of this friend. She would come around and you didn't say anything. Now all of a sudden she's married, you don't really want her about. Like, it's screaming insecurity.
It is.
And secondly, like you, I've never personally been in this situation, but I do know people who have. And it's horrible. Like, imagine knowing someone for all these years, and then because someone else who doesn't know that friend is telling you something, you're just like, okay, I don't agree with that. And that's why, even like with my friendships, like, some of my friends are single, some of them are married, some of them in relationships. But like, even my married friends, for example, because their husbands know me, they know that, like, I'm not that type of friend to be like, come and do this with me because I'm sick. They know me. So if their wife is like, I'm going to chill with Dionté, they'll be like, okay, have fun. And I think that's where this married couple's going wrong. The husband could actually just take time to getting to know her friends, then he would see which friend wouldn't do that and which friend would. But like, the husband just assuming that every single friend that his wife has is going to do that, and you co-signing it, I would feel hurt as well. Because, and I like the fact, even the way she worded it, she's putting the blame more on her friend.
Because it is like...
Because really, it is... in reality, the husband doesn't know you like the way your friend does. Unless your friend puts you in an environment where you have no choice but to get to know each other. So, but at the same time, as my friend who knows me, it's true, like, I would at least expect my friend to tell her husband, like, Deonté's not like that. Like, if you actually get to know her, she's, like, even, fam, I'm actually the opposite. If I'm out with, like, my married friends and they're like, oh, my husband wants me home, but I'm not ready to. I'm the friend who's like, go home. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Go home. Like, so I think her friend was wrong because you know your friend.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, you know she's not going to do that. You could have at least tried to advocate for her a bit.
Yeah.
But you just taking your husband's word as gospel, and it's just like, well, my husband doesn't want it. So I just feel like, obviously I've never been married, but for someone who's been in a relationship and also who grew up around nothing but married people, relationships are a compromise.
Yeah.
You can't just, because one person in the relationship says this, then that's just what it is. Mm-hmm. You have to both come to a kind of compromise. So I feel like her friend should have tried to do that.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like, okay, I won't go out clubbing with her if you feel that upset about it, but I'm not going to stop being friends with my friend because she's single.
Yeah.
I think if she had shown a bit more effort in like defending her friend, I don't think her friend would be that mad. But I also hate this thing of like you said, all of a sudden now you're married, you're thinking like, oh, all my single friends are now going to jeopardize my marriage because this is what they all want.
Yeah, or I'm above you now because I've chosen to be married.
But no, like in reality, you're just in two different parts of your life. Yeah. Like, we're not, as friends, we're not always going to achieve everything at the exact same time all the time. Do you get what I mean? So really, you should be friends with someone based off of their character, their values, their personality. Do they align with yours?
Yeah.
If they do, I don't see the issue why you wouldn't hang out with your friend just because they're single. Now, if they're the type of friend who like, they give you signs, fair enough. But if it's not, like, I don't know, I just feel like they're doing this now, but then down the line you're going to realise you need your friends and they won't be there because you put all of your eggs in your husband's basket, saying everything that he said is gospel, and now like when it gets to the point where the novelty has kind of worn off, you're going to want to now hang out with your friends. They won't be there.
Exactly.
So you have to be very careful as to how you act. And even to piggyback off of what you said, Rashida, people act like getting married or getting in a relationship is an achievement.
Yeah.
But it's not. Because even I had a long conversation with my mum as well, because once in a while she likes to talk about like her and my dad's love story, all of that. And I asked her, I was like, but how did you do it? Like, how did you manage to get someone who was good to you, all of this? And she flat out was like, it's really just luck and God.
No, honestly.
Like, she was like, there's no formula of like, even all these people on Instagram, this is how you get a man, this is how you get a ring in 90 days.
Yeah.
It's all shit.
Yeah.
In the reality is, some people are luckier than others. Yeah. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. It's not necessarily an achievement, but it's just something that you lucked out in.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
It's luck.
It's luck. It's all luck. It's like it's like a lottery.
Yeah.
Because you even see people who are married, but they're married to horrible men.
Exactly.
So did they really win in life?
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean? So again, it really changes my perspective on like marriage and all of that. Like, if you really think it's an achievement, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It really.
It's not like. Yes, like you said, it's a blessing. Like, if you get it, you're like, oh, thank God. Like, I found my person.
Yeah.
We thank you. But, like, an achievement for me is something that you actively work towards to get a specific result.
Yeah.
And I just, when it comes to relationships, I just don't personally believe that. Unless you're a pick-me who just agrees with everything that your partner says, I don't think it's something that is achievable. Do you get what I mean? It's just something that if the opportunity presents itself, you either take it or you don't.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So even as single women who are listening, who have been through this situation, don't feel so bad, because what a lot of these women forget is they were once single as well, praying for a husband.
A lot of women
so
get into relationships,
they seem to forget that once they get in a relationship,
they forget the streets that they came from as well.
Thank you. They forget the streets that they came from.
Like, oh, I've done it now, so it's like, I'm not in that anymore.
These times you've been out the streets for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
but all of a sudden,
keep trying and nah, it doesn't work like that.
I agree.
It doesn't.
So yeah, I don't think you are overreacting.
No.
I definitely think that you are valid in your opinions, and I don't think that friend is the right friend for you, because like you said, she would have advocated for you more if it was a true friendship and your friendship was purely based off of that person's character.
Yeah.
Because even like my married friends, I know that there is no way, if their husband ever came to them and was like, I don't want you hanging out with Dionté, the first thing that'll come out of their mouth is, why?
Yeah.
Why? What has she done to you?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, and that's why I really appreciate my friends, especially the ones who are married. And I appreciate their husbands as well, because they see me as the person, like Dionté the person. It's not just, when I'm around their house, they'll try and get to know me, or they will speak, things like that. So I just think it's depending on who you married. Clearly she married an insecure man, so and she's okay to kind of enable his behaviour.
Yeah. I think she's definitely, I think it is, the upset is a betrayal from your friend, because you're just like, you know, we've been friends for years, we've gone through the same kind of struggles, but because when you are like with your friends, you do all talk about like wanting to get married, wanting to settle down, blah, 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 blah. It happens for one person, and then, you know, it's just like you said, we can't all achieve everything at the same time.
Yeah.
It's the fact that your friend didn't defend you. Like, I as well am very lucky that my friends, even if they're in like long-term relationships or married or whatever, they've been very clear with, like, it's I'm involved in their lives still. Like, nothing has changed, and I'm so thankful for that. And I know their partners. I've even hung out with my friends and their partners. Like, I'll go out with them. We chill. Like,
and that's the healthy relationship,
and that's the
that
healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
And I know if they were to turn around and be like, oh, to not hang around with Rashida because she's this single person, they would be like, who are you to,
literally,
you know? Because I always say this all the time, like, I love my friends so deeply, and I'm always like, there is no man that is going to come into my life and start dictating and telling me, oh, I don't want you to hang around with that person because she doesn't have a man. Okay.
And then, to be fair, those type of women are pick-me's, if I'm honest.
That's what I was going to say. Your friend is a pick-me, I'm sorry.
Because regardless, even from the other point of view, even her husband, you don't think her husband has single friends.
Exactly. They're still going to
chill with them. But he's still going to chill with them.
Yeah, he's still going to chill with his boys.
And this is why, as well, as women, you need to really clock what a man is saying to you.
Yeah.
Because if he's saying that I don't want you to hang out with your single friends because they're single, and you know he has single friends, it's because his single friends are encouraging him to do stuff.
Exactly.
So now he's projecting it on you and thinking, 100%. Well, if my friends are doing it, then her friends have to be. But really, especially when it comes to female relationships, we don't do stuff like that. Like, whether we're single or married, like, if we're in a friendship group, we're in a friendship group. If you do meet a woman who is like that and is trying to steal you away from your marriage, it's pure and utter jealousy. Yeah. That is it. But like, a true friend, from the single friend point of view, would never want you to sabotage your marriage.
Exactly.
And as a married friend, they would never just disregard you because you're not married.
Yeah, it's just not your time
It's not your time yet. Fam, even my married friends, relationship friends, they'll even pray with me. Yeah. Or like, they'll say, oh, I can't wait for you to get your man.
Yeah, that's how
Or they'll tell me, don't settle. Like, stay single. Don't be like these.
My relationship friends are actually the ones that advocate for me to stay single until I find exactly what it is that I'm looking for. They're the ones that are advocating for me, telling me, like, Rashida, you'll meet someone. Like, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Like, and they wouldn't abandon me or be like, oh, you know, my husband doesn't think that I should hang around with you because, you know, you're single and blah, blah, blah. No, because I knew, you did not know that man. Exactly. However many years ago, but you knew me when we were 8 years old.
Exactly.
Who was he to come into the picture now? And I really hate it when women do that. When they change their behaviours, or they do certain things just in the hopes of keeping their man.
I'm convinced as well that those type of women, this is also their first rodeo. Yeah. Like, it's their first relationship, or it's their first, like, serious relationship where, like, they're married, so they don't want to jeopardize anything. Yeah. But at the same time, like, how long are you really going to continue this for? Yeah. Because the longer you're with someone, the more their true colours come out, and then the more, like, you realise that there's other people in your life. Like, at the beginning, yes, everything is your man or your girl. Like, I just want to be my man all the time. And then when it hits, like, a certain thing, it's not that you fall out of love with them or none of that. You still love them very much. But you kind of realise, actually, I haven't heard from my friend in a while. I haven't heard from my cousin in a while. I haven't heard from my mom. And then you remember the other people in your life. And then you realise, or sometimes you'll even be triggered by, you'll watch your Insta story and you see your friend group out. And then you're like, wow, have I been in this bubble for this long? How come no one told me? And then you start to want to like hang out with your friends again, hang out with other people in your life. That's just life. So I hate this for her because
honestly, it's stuff like this really
and
me.
That must be truly painful because
it's so painful.
8 years old, you're 34 now. What's the math? 24 years?
Worst person, boy. 20-something years.
That is
like this man
crazy.
comes along and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you know, you think you're too good for your friends, or you're trying to keep this man in your life, so you're like, you're willing to cut off your friends. And I get that you're going to be of course, I understand that. When you are single, you and your friends, you do single girl things. Mm-hmm. When your friends start to get into relationships, certain things change, but not in like a bad way. That it just shifts a bit. So it's like, of course, we're not gonna go out how we used to when we were like 22 and be like, oh my days, let's go to this event. Oh, look at that guy, he's so paying, blah blah blah. No, it changes a bit because they're in relationships. But I've never felt with my friends that it's like, oh, we're not gonna like. Literally, my friends will go out with their partners. And they would be like, "Oh, bring Rashida."
Literally,
they know, like, Rashida is in the mix when they're doing things for that. Like they involve me.
Literally,
I was literally at my friend and like their partner's graduation recently. Yeah, because they were like, "Rashida, come," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm here."
You see it there?
Because they're cool, they're open.
But I think that's like, that's healthy. I think that's the main indication of health because. For me anyway, me personally, I'm not the type of person to go into a relationship and it's like, because I'm in it now, everyone else doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm not that type. Like, I'm a very family oriented person. Same, I love my family. I love my friends down. So yes, there may be a time where at the beginning, you may not hear from me because I'm in my bubble.
Of course, and that's natural. And
that's a natural thing. But like, I highly doubt that I'm going to be that type of wife who's just going to disregard everyone. And this is why I say that people who love to publicly say, oh, I put my husband first, I put my wife first, it's a dangerous thing to do. It's so dangerous because even as well, what people don't realize, the longer you're with someone, there'll be times where your husband or your wife will feel neglected. Yeah. Things like that. Like, you can't always be a perfect wife, a perfect husband. Like, this is why, even from other married people, they always say, like, they try to find time for themselves outside of their marriage. Like, yes, their marriage is the core, but, like, they try to do things like maybe once every 1 or 2 months, they will go out with just their friends without their husband, or the husband may go out with just his friends, or they may go on different holidays, things like that. Like, because you also want your own individuality. Yeah. And I feel like having friends brings your individuality out a bit more. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So that's why, like, when we hang out with friends, it's like, oh, I feel like myself. Like, because a friend group, if you have a good friend group, they'll give you the opportunity to truly be yourself and to grow by yourself whilst lifting you up, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I just think every relationship in your life is valuable. And just because you get married, you shouldn't just disregard every other relationship in your life. That's just silly, because there's going to come a time where, what if your man now pisses you off? Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to go to for just... Yeah, or like, you don't even want to be in the same bed with him, but you're now there suffering in your house because you have no one to talk to. You cut all your friends off because you've got this husband. It's just such a pathetic thing to do. And I really hate when I hear stories of women that have done that. Because I just think it's such pick-me and loserish behaviour. Exactly. Because it's like, these friends have carried you through the most difficult of times, and it's just because they don't have a significant other that they're not worthy of being your friend anymore. I think it's so... It's so disgusting, low-key. It's actually disgusting. Happy that I don't have that in my life. Exactly, me too. I'm so happy that my friends are still, like, they still have time, even though they've got their partners or whatever they've got going on. But they will still try to make... Yeah, like, they'll still try to make some type of effort for you. Yeah. They'll literally make the effort for you. They'll be there for you. They'll support you. They'll just, like, in regards to you, like, wanting a partner, they will pray for you. They'll be like, no, like, you're going to get this one day and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful and whatever. And I want to say as well, they only pray because they know that that's what I desire. Yeah. Like, if they knew that I didn't desire it, they wouldn't be praying for me like that. So don't go too hard on my friends like that. They're only praying for me because they know what I truly desire.
That's what you want, exactly. Yeah. And it will, like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know why some people think that having a man is some sort of currency to, like, it's just so
anyway, let me not go in.
Honestly, do you know what? That might have to be a whole separate topic that we need to
honestly, maybe next episode.
Maybe next episode we need to proper go in this topic, because there's just so much that can be said about how. So I literally saw a tweet when someone was basically talking about when did this generation become so obsessed and consumed by marriage, like by any means they're just like, I need to get married. I feel like
it's always been like that though.
I feel like
even when we were younger, you would see women who would be in the church front row saying, I want a husband.
Yeah,
please
but
give me
some women, it's like the memes they're changing their whole personas. They are literally dimming themselves.
I honestly feel like it's been
like because they feel like they have to get a man and they have to change their whole demeanour. I'm going to start, doing modest this, and I'm going to be like this, and I'm going to change my whole personality to be more like this because, I want to get a husband. And girls that are just like out on the weekends and stuff like that, that's not how you're going to find your husband because you're too outside and da-da-da.
But the thing is, I honestly think it's always been like that. It's just we have social media now.
Maybe, yeah. That's
because if you really think back, we can all think back of pick-me aunties that we have, fam.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, who are very male-centered. We can all think of it. It's just because it wasn't blasted on social media, we think it's more. But really, it's just capitalized. Even when you go to church, I'll never forget, I went to one church. I don't even remember who I went with when I was younger, like a teenager. And these women, I don't know what day it was. It must be like Pray for Husband Day. I don't know. These women came in wedding dresses. They weren't married, they came in wedding dresses, and they were like, everyone who's in a wedding dress who wants a husband, come to the front. They knelt down and the pastor prayed for them to get a husband. Full-blown wedding dresses. And I was probably like, maybe like 17, 18. Wow. And I was thinking, you bought a wedding dress with no husband. And do you know how expensive wedding dresses are? Expensive. So I was like,
people are really.
I looked at it sideways, and then I was like, these aunties.
No, honestly, and there's nothing wrong with desiring a husband. Of course, because we all do. I desire a husband. I pray for a husband all the time. I'm just I hope I settle down and I meet someone. But I'm kind of trying to not, at the same time,
make it your life.
Yeah, I don't want to make it like my sole mission in life. I always say to people. I was saying to my mum and sister the other day, like, God forbid that becomes like my biggest achievement. Like, there's other things in life that I want to achieve.
Oh my gosh.
And I want to have the blessing of having a husband and having a family. Something I desire so deeply, but it's not the full, like,
it's not the be all and end all of your life.
It's not the be all and end of my life. Like, some women are just like, once they get that, they're not going to do anything else. That's all they want. They devote themselves to that. And I'm just like, there's other things outside of that I want to achieve with my life, and also be blessed with a husband and a partner. I'm always like, God forbid that's my biggest achievement. Like, when people talk to me, they're just like, oh, your husband, da-da-da. I don't want that to be the conversation of my life. I want it to be, wow, you've just achieved these amazing things.
Exactly.
And your husband's there supporting you.
And the thing is as well, what really solidified for me that thought, I went to a funeral, I'm not going to say who, but I went to a funeral and they were saying the eulogy. And literally the only thing she accomplished in her life was getting married and having kids.
Yeah.
Like, her eulogy was so short. It was just like, yes, she was born this day at this hospital, and then she went to this place and she met her husband, and then she had her beautiful children, and she just dwelled in being a beautiful mother. Yeah. And that was her eulogy. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, this was your only achievement.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I didn't hear anything about, like, you went to uni and graduated, you got your first job at this stage, and then she went into this job and got promoted. I didn't hear none of that. I don't want this for myself. No, so when you said that, it triggered me.
I always say, God forbid, that's my biggest achievement.
I was thinking,
I don't read marriage as an achievement. I think it's just a thing that you meet someone, you fall in love with them, and you get married. I think
it's a bonus. I think now this generation is starting to realise that being married is more of a bonus, whereas like in our mum's generation, being married was an achievement.
Yeah.
Because really, back then, women didn't have as much freedom as we do now. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of women are a lot old. Like, my mum was on her, like, third child by the time she was my age now, and I don't know like that. But it's so different now, whereas before, it was like, this is what, you need to aspire to, and that's all you're going to be, a wife, and da-da-da. But some girls still carry that now, though.
The cost of living.
Yeah, that's true.
Back then, women could live off of their husband's paycheck and be fine.
Now
Whereas
you
like
know.
now, you really need a 2-income household.
Yeah,
So,
literally.
yeah,
Not
I think
anymore,
times are
child.
different.
Yeah, time's different, but that was a tangent. We'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah, we were triggered, honey.
Honestly, we'll talk about that in another episode because I think there's just so much
To unpack.
to be said on that topic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you weren't overreacting.
You weren't overreacting, yeah. Your friend is lousy, man. Okay, guys, it is coming to the end of the episode, so it is now time for us to wind down. Okay, so I am asking the question this week, right? And I saw a tweet and I found this. I was laughing so much at the replies to this tweet, yeah? So I was like, I need to ask Dionté this question. So, did you watch Raising Kanan?
Yeah, but I didn't finish it.
Okay, yeah, neither did I. It got a bit dry. I don't know,
got a
they
bit
just
dry
kinda
after
dragged
a
it out
while.
a bit, so I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. So you've watched Raising Kanan, you've watched Snowfall, you've watched Power, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this question says, yeah?
Oh my God.
This question says, who is the worst mother? Is it Raquel from Raising Kanan, Kanan's mum? Is it Monet Tejada?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Cece, Franklin's mum?
Yeah.
Or Tasha, St. Patrick? Who do you think is the worst mum? I was crying at the replies this week. Because I was thinking back and I was like, all these mums were actually terrible. Like, the things they were letting their sons go through was bad.
This one is hard.
It's hard,
Hold on.
isn't
Okay.
it?
So Tasha, Monet.
Yeah. Raquel.
And
Cece. Saint. That's her name. Cece Saint. Raquel Thomas.
But the thing is, Cece was bad towards the end. Yeah, she wasn't really bad at the beginning, so I'll take out Cece.
Yeah, I took her out first because the only thing that she did was when she got involved in the whole operation.
In the last...
And then...
I wanted to kill her. I actually wanted to kill her. He was this close to getting his money, you know.
Dionté, sometimes... And the thing is, I watched Snowfall late, innit? I watched it... Literally, I finished it maybe 2023 is when I watched it. Mm-hmm. I remember watching... Because I didn't have a clue. The only thing I knew was how it ended because I kept seeing the memes of Damson looking all messed up. So I was like, okay, obviously something happened. But I just didn't think it was that. The guy lifted the phone and she went... I was... fuming. But the thing is, when I look back on it now, I actually don't think Franklin would have ever got that money.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
I think there would have been... That guy was too shady, man. I hated him. And I was actually happy when she shot him. I was like, he needed to go, man.
But like, shoot him after. Why did you choose that time?
It's the fact he's literally reading out the code and she literally just came and went bam.
So I'll take her out.
Yeah,
because she only got bad towards the end. Raquel, that's the Raising Kanan mum, innit? Yeah. Raquel, I would take her out because originally she actually didn't want Kanan to do any of this.
Yes, he got himself involved.
Yeah, so then once she realised that like he got himself involved, it was kind of like, what can I do? Yeah. So I'd rather be by his side than for him to just...
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
And plus, like, mothers to boys, eventually your boys will now be double your size and twice your strength. So what can you actually do? Yeah, so I'll take out Raquel. And I like Raquel. She's fly as well. She's such a fucking baddie. I love her. But I'll give it to her though. She did have a lot of moments where I was like, that's a good mum. Yeah, there were actually moments when I was like, you know what, she loved the fuck up of her child. I'll give her that. Kid. So my one is really between Monet and Tasha. But for me, I'll probably pick Tasha. Really? I would say, this is why. Because Monet, this is all she knows. This is the only life that she knows. So it's like, you got with, not Puppy, what's his name? Was it, yeah, they called him Puppy. They called him Puppy,
what was his name?
But anyway, you got with Puppy, and you're in this life, and now you have kids, and you're in this life. So it's like, really, does she know any better? Whereas Tasha, like, Ghost managed to get you out of that life. You were in a legitimate life, and you were still like, yeah, let my son be a drug dealer. Do you know what? So because of that, Power, you know? I would probably say Tasha's the worst one because you had a chance. You were given the opportunity to make your son successful the legit way. Yeah. And you didn't take it. Whereas like Monet, she did try, like there were moments where she tried, like, even with Diane, like, just go back to uni. Don't get involved, go back to uni. But like Tasha, I don't remember a time for Tasha when it came to Tyreek where she was like, don't do this. It was Tasha gave me the vibe of like, you know when you're like, oh, mom, I want to be in the drug game. I don't really want it, but please, mom, all right. That's what it kind of gave me. Like, it didn't take that much persuading for Tasha to agree. Yeah. Whereas, like, Monet, I can't really hold it against her because that's all she's ever known on how to make money.
Yeah.
So I would say Tasha, because you had the opportunity to turn your life legit and you chose not to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah. How about you, though? I want to hear your
said
one.
Monet.
Really?
I think Monet was an awful mother. She was terrible. She literally got her kids involved in so much shit. She was so cold to it. It's like she hated them.
No. But
that's the thing. That was the acting. But the thing is, Monet was quite a cold character.
Yeah.
But even the way she would speak to him, the only kid that she cared about was the basketballer one. Was that turned out to be her son, innit?
Yeah, but I feel like she felt that way because of the guilt.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
she was a terrible mother.
She was a terrible mother, but the reason why she got to being a terrible mother, I can make sense of more than Tasha. Because Tasha, what was your reason to be a terrible mom?
Tasha,
you had, and she was highly educated. She had all of these things going for her. Why the fuck would you allow your son to do that?
She was too whipped on Ghost, I think. And she was too kind of determined, I think, to be like this ride or die. And then obviously he's cheating on her with, what's her name? The one that plays Angie.
No, Rashida, it's the opposite. Because Ghost been wanting out the game from the first episode. Actually, that's why he made the club.
Like, you're the best motherfucking
like it was Tasha who kept bringing him back in. I think it's so funny.
Was always getting him. I need to go back and watch.
You need to go back and watch it because
I need to go back and watch.
I even need to watch it as like now. I watched it. I watched the first season again as an adult, and that's when it hit me that. Because when I first watched it, I was like, oh, Ghost is actually stringing her along. She's just doing it. But really and truly, from the first fucking episode, Ghost wanted out of this game.
He did actually.
And she was the one who kept bringing him back in, bringing him back in. She loved the life.
Yeah, she did
and then because she loved the life, now you're bringing your son into it. You're evil.
Yeah, that is actually a good point.
Your son could have just literally inherited the nightclub and still been a successful man.
Truth nightclub.
Yeah, he could have inherited Truth and you would have still been in that penthouse and he would have got his own and he would have lived a normal life. Whereas like with Monet, outside of the drug business, I don't think she really knew how to ensure that her children will be successful. Yeah, like even the way that she was going on, she's just a product of her environment.
That's true.
She's never left that environment. So her mind is very limited.
Yeah.
So yes, in terms of like day to day, how they treated their kids, she was the worst in the treatment of her kids.
So evil.
But in terms of who was the worst mother, it's definitely Tasha. Because you had an opportunity to make sure your kids were on the straight and narrow and you said, nah, I don't want to.
Wow.
So yeah, I would pick Tasha.
Well, good. I was like, do you want to know the results of the actual poll that the person posted? Okay, so the official tweet that the person posted, they voted that the worst problem was Sissy Saint. But I think people genuinely cannot get over the
betrayal.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I have never been betrayed by the end of a show back then.
Oh, Snowfall.
I wanted to vomit. I thought about it for days. I remember
it was bad.
There was a night that I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, Franklin was on the streets. Like,
no, I'm not gonna lie. Even when it first came out,
on the streets.
I would have rather Franklin got killed.
Honestly, I think I would have rather that.
Because the fact that like, even at the episode 1, season 1, you were still in a better position than you were at the last episode. And this is what
Franklin did it all. He was so smart. He was so on job for him to end up on the roads. Franklin that said he will never touch the drugs that he sells. Franklin that never drank alcohol was backing drinks because of what those people put him through. And then he could have had his money, but the thing is he would have continued and continued. And his mum was right. So I see why she did it out of love. She was like, it was a continuous cycle that was going to keep going. But Franklin ended up on the streets. I had a sleepless night. I was like, Franklin is on the road.
That ending traumatized me.
It traumatized me. I can't even go back and watch it.
Yeah,
I don't even want to see that again.
I could watch like the beginning seasons,
no,
but once it goes into the last
season, I'm not watching the last season.
I hate that ending.
I hated Louis as well. She's a little...
I hated Louis.
And they killed Uncle, what's his name? I can't even think about that.
I forgot the name, but Louis' husband. I loved Louis' husband, man.
I loved him.
But Louis steered them the wrong way. She got too greedy.
Then she ended up on the run. That's what she gets, man. That person shouldn't have even helped her at the end. Should have ratted her out.
I can't believe people pick CC. They clearly forgot the other seasons.
Yeah,
because all the other seasons before this one, she wasn't bad.
Yeah, she actually, it was just the last.
I don't even think she knew the first season that he was doing all of that. She found out
she clocked season... I can't remember. Was it season 2 or 3?
So really...
And then she was like, hell yeah, because she kicked him out, didn't she? Remember? And he was living with his uncle.
I think people are saying that because she betrayed him.
Yeah, I think that's why. It's the betrayal.
The overall, like, if you're looking at the motherhood journey, she's not the top.
Yeah, everyone was literally like, someone was like, she's trashing every possible way. So it's literally her first. She got 36%. Monet Tejada got 33% second. Third was Tasha, 21%, and then 10% was Raquel.
It's based on who they like.
Yeah, I think it's based on who people like.
Yeah, because really, I put the bottom as Cece, Raquel, Monet, Tasha.
Yeah, for me, it's basically that, but my top one is Monet. I'm saying Monet.
She was horrible.
Monet,
but I don't know. I have empathy for her. Like, she just doesn't know any better. That's the only thing that's keeping her second for me, is that, like, she really didn't show another life outside of this life.
Do you know what? That's so true, because someone even just put on the tweet, they were like, forcing your kids to bag product at kindergarten age. Do you remember they were bagging
Yes, but
kids?
that's
all she knew.
That's the only way she knew how to make money. And she, you know, in a twisted way, she was probably like, I want my children to be successful as well. If this is the only way they can do it, they just have to do it. Did you get what I mean? But... that was a hard one, though. I can't lie. That was hard. They were all horrible, but
I was laughing so much when I saw that tweet, because I was like, no, this is actually like such a good question. Who is worse?
It's true. That was a good one.
Who was actually worse? That was a good one.
But let us know what you think, guys. Who was worse? Who you think was the worst parent? I want to hear you guys' opinions. Please let us know in the comment section below, or on social media as well, because we want to hear your thoughts, honey.
Yeah, let us know, please, because I really want to know. This is such an interesting discussion.
But guys, we have come towards the end. Well, not towards. We have come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the support. We have a few surprises coming, so make sure you stick around on social media to look out for these surprises.
Instagram, guys.
Yes, all of the handles are individual, and the podcast handles will be in the description below. Please keep a lookout within the next week or two, because we do have a lot of surprises coming your way. And if you want to get involved, you need to be kind of in contact with us through social media. So yeah, I think this is the episode of the end of the episode of episode 45.
Episode 45, yeah. Shit, we didn't even say that.
I know, I've completely forgot.
Episode 45.
It's a wrap, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.